Sezno. Helter Skelter did not invent metal. Who thinks this? Do you think this? Do you earnestly think this? Helter Skelter by the Beatles was not the first heavy metal song. The Beatles have been endlessly mythologized and are daily credited with inventing things that they just kind of didn't. Nobody has the time to talk about all of it. We would be here all night, and I love the Beatles, okay? Yet, Helter Skelter, which is a great song that I really like, and I'm sure a lot of you also really enjoy, that song being labeled as an originator of heavy metal music is taking it way too fucking far. There is so little about that song that is truly heavy metal. Helter Skelter is indeed raucous, aggressive, chaotic, confrontational, and it is seemingly much more of all of these things than practically every other Beatles song. Now, what I just said are a bunch of adjectives that you could associate with metal, but the complete package of the song, stylistically, is not close. Consider the template that Black Sabbath unknowingly laid down on even their first 3 records. Is Helter Skelter one of the audible influences there? I really don't think so. These are conclusions that people come to after the fact. Helter Skelter was never intended to be a groundbreaking revelation of the future. Do people want to conclude such things because they associate the Beatles and the late 60s in particular with innovation, with the uncovering of new styles and new developments? Yes, every record from the 60s does something that foreshadows some other thing that came later that you love. But those lines are very easy to draw after the fact, and we can stretch them endlessly, way out of proportion. We look back, and that's what makes us say, well, the seeds of heavy metal music have to be found in the guitar music of the late 60s. And this was certainly the case, but none of those late 60s bands consciously thought of what they were doing in the moment as proto-heavy metal. No, they were just playing rock music. They were writing rock songs, and they were playing rock the way that it made sense to them for whatever song. Helter Skelter is like a hard rock song, a garage rock song. Not everything is a candid attempt at historical innovation, or at least there's no point in trying to see everything that way, because works of art are not conscious of where they sit in history. Now, if you were to crown Helter Skelter a harbinger of something that didn't exist yet in 1968, I feel like that thing would be punk, way more than metal. The closer song on the White Album to heavy metal, I think, is Your Blues. Playing the blues louder and louder is essentially what results in metal. You know, Black Sabbath was originally a blues band, so Your Blues, with its like huge bass sound and the insistent head nod, that's to me what gets closer to the vibe of the first Sabbath album. But not really Helter Skelter. What's metal about Helter Skelter? I feel like it's a punk song. It's like messy and lo-fi, and like they're screaming and they're having fun. It's not as clean as a lot of early heavy metal is. Also, horns going crazy and atonal within a messy rock song is a component on Funhouse, on Generic Flipper, but it's not a component in Judas Priest. Ooh, here's one. Do people credit 21st Century Schizoid Man with inventing metal? I think you have a way better argument there. The role of the riff, the heaviness, the chromaticism, the playing style. That song is way closer to 70s and 80s metal than Helter Skelter. Okay, that's about enough of this. More soon. Follow me on my socials.